Welcome back to another video from HNDX Apparel. Thank you so much for guys for tuning in. Today we got a really special video, a video that I've been looking forward to making for a minute now. Just haven't really found the right time and try to set some things up behind the scenes to make sure that this video, when it drops, is going to be a really foundational video to understanding what HNDX is. And with that being said, this video is going to be called "What is HNDX?" A question that I don't feel like I really elaborated enough on, because a lot of people don't really know. HNDX is a clothing brand, right? But they don't really actually know what HNDX is. So that's why I'm here to clarify and bring some awareness and clarity to what we do as an individual company and how we can pretty much build on top of what you already know what HNDX is. So first, we're gonna start with the origin. What is HNDX Apparel? So within the name, you understand it's broken into two parts. Of course, apparel meaning clothes, but what is HNDX? What does that mean? So this is how the story went. I got this story from my grandfather, who was pretty much a very foundational influence on HNDX itself as a company and as me as being his grandson. So the story went like this. I'm gonna try to sum it up because it's a pretty extensive story. So back in the day when a lot of African American last names didn't really mean or hold as much weight as their white counterparts. My grandfather got drafted in the army, fought in the Vietnam War. My great grandfather, my grandfather got drafted in the Korean War. Grandfather fought in the Vietnam, great grandfather fought in the Korean War, and we fought in the Korean War. He pretty much died in the war. He died in the war, and once he died in the war, they took the last name of his white friend because they didn't know who he was, because he didn't have an ID tag. He didn't have an identification. So due to the ignorance and them not really doing the due diligence to report back to my family when my great-great-grandfather died, they just give him the last name of his white friend. So that's the name that I have to this day, being the descendant of him, of my great-great-grandfather. And coming to awareness, my grandfather told us that our real name was actually HNDX. So how that correlates to what I'm doing for HNDX Apparel, pretty much I'm tying into the thesis of going back to your roots, going back to your authentic self, going back to rediscovering parts of yourself that you may not have known existed, or redefining parts of yourself that you already know exist. So that's pretty much where the whole thesis and ideology of HNDX and how that ties into the actual name. And something that I feel like I can really relate to as an individual. For a long time, I always try to understand who I am and redefine that and, embrace that part of my individuality. So that's what I really want the people who really consume my products really live through. I want them to live through being themselves. I want them to live through expressing themselves and just being who they are, no matter where they are in the world, and having that confidence to do so. So I started HNDX. I'm gonna drop a picture in here because it's gonna show you how long I actually been pursuing this brand. And working on this brand. So I started HNDX back in, I want to say early 2018. I'll say March of 2018. And from there, I was kind of just making 101s for myself, something that I love doing. But I wanted to reach our audience. I wanted to connect with a community, with people that, like I said, when my grandfather passed, the same person that's told me the story of my last name when he passed, I went through a dark time. I became really depressed. You know, and that's pretty much when I say, hey, I want more people to embrace where they come from, embrace the parts of themselves that they didn't even know existed, you know, and also embrace the parts that you know that they are aware of, obviously. But yes, I wanted to build a community around that. So that's when I started HNDX Apparel back in March of 2018, and from there it kind of just expanded into something so much bigger than that. You know, I wanted to connect with people that wasn't afraid to show up who they were in this world of self-judgment, but also society judgment, and trying to comply and meet, you know, certain standards of what you should or shouldn't be. So I wanted to challenge that, and I wanted to March 18. I want to say, when did I'm trying to think. I started in 2018. I want to say I didn't really start really making products. So I was been like developing, like I really wanted to make sure the website was really if I put it in words, overly developed, because I really wanted the interface of how my brand presented itself socially to be like one of the best websites I could make. So I spent like 2.5, 3 years learning about. I use Squarespace, so I've been learning about Squarespace, learning about a little bit of coding, and just understanding certain UX, UI complications and applications to understand how I can build a better infrastructure on my website, and how I can make that such an immersive experience for the consumers that consume my product. So I didn't really start making clothes for HNDX, I want to say, until like 2020. That's when I started like really designing and making clothes for HNDX. But yeah, so the reason why I started HNDX, right? I kind of tapped into it, but I want to dive a little bit more into it. So, like I said, one of the main reasons why I started HNDX is because I wanted to connect with people that was like myself. I struggled for a long time of, you know, trying to figure out who I was, and I wanted to connect with people who also felt the same feelings I felt growing up in, like I said, a single mother household. You know, so understanding a lot about myself as a young individual I wasn't fully aware of. So as I grew older, I shaped this perception of like, you know, it gave me confidence in a sense. It definitely gave me confidence in a weird way, but you know, it gave me confidence like I can be anything I want to be. I can achieve anything I want to achieve. Like, there's no limitations of what I can create. There's no limitations of what I can do on this earth and the impact that I can create. Not only for the impact I can create as an individual for myself, but the impact I can create and influence for other people. You know, and that's what I really wanted to really show other kids. Like, yo, no matter where you come from, no matter what background, or no matter, you know, what environment you're in, dog. Like, I'm from Baltimore. Like, HNDX is from Baltimore. So the stereotypical household, single mother, parenthood, usually EBT, food stamps, Section 8 housing, you know, just low ran down community, you know, the typical Baltimore perspective. And I wanted to show like kids, like, especially from the inner city, even from the county, like, you are able to be yourself no matter what environment you are in. Everyone that's from Baltimore know that sometimes we have a strict ideal conception of what things are supposed to look like. Either music, clothes, you know, or somebody just be authentically themselves. So like it's a strict like box that you supposed to live within, I would say in my city, that it kind of can restrict you from like wanting to be creative or wanting to be different, you know, or do things, change things up a little bit that you see that's happening around you. So that's pretty much where I started Hendrix, because I wanted to showcase like, yo, Baltimore's not really known for that fashion. Yes, we have a uniform, quote unquote, they say, but other than that, you know, we're not really known for clothing. And I really wanted to bring something different to my city. I really wanted to bring something really inspirational, something that kids can look up to. Like, yo, man, he came from the same neighborhood, same city that I came from. Like, look what he was able to do. Like, look at his reach. Look what he was able to accomplish, you know, with just being himself. You know, something that really draws much dear to my heart, because that's everything. That's my whole thesis. That's my life thesis. That's everything that I stand for as an individual. You know, so being able to implement that and communicate that expression through clothes for other kids to not only feel like it's okay to really branch out and be themselves and be authentic, and also do it with confidence, dog. Like, you know, do it with confidence. That's my biggest pet peeve. Do it with confidence. Yes, you can be who you are, but don't do it. Don't be shy being yourself. Be confident being yourself. Embrace who you are. You know, so that's pretty much what I'm doing it for. That's pretty much why I started, and I just wanted to show something, do something different with clothing and how it connects to the consumer, and just build something from there. Build something that's bigger than all of us, bigger than myself. You know, to connect a community that I feel like that needs connection. You know, connects a community that I feel like, you know, connects a community. Connect a community that I feel like need more connections and need more resources, you know. So that's gonna tie me up. I don't wanna get too much into it, guys. It's gonna tie me up to another part of this video. But next, I'm gonna talk about my influences. Woo, man, I have a lot of influences for Hendrix. Not only my personal story, my grandfather, of course, was, he was the first person to even know what Hendrix was, like know the name Hendrix. I ran it by him before he died, and he was telling me like, yo, that's cool. That's such a cool name to come up with, you know. And, you know, he was just really was really in awe that I came up with that name. So that really made me happy that I'm able to build something that came from us and make it bigger and expand it, and have such a large vision for it, you know. So not only my grandfather, I'm saying a lot of culture in the black community, a lot of black culture, 90s R&B, 90s hip hop, rap. I want to say, what else? I would say, just overall, like the whole just experience as a black person definitely influences Hendrix clothes. The whole functionality, how I engineer everything within Hendrix is all, I won't say all based upon the black experience, but it's very much largely influenced from the black POV. That mixed in with my own POV. Let me clarify that plus my own POV and the story that I'm telling through these clothes and these fabrics. I would say, like I said, music, hip hop, a lot of like haute couture. Haute couture definitely has a large influence on how I do things. I'm moving at a slower pace. If anybody know anything about haute couture, dresses takes months to make, and that's how I like to move. That's how I like to operate for Hendrix. I don't want to do the whole fast fashion thing where we dropping so many clothes where you're not able to really understand the message that we put out, because there's so much coming at you and you're being bombarded by so many pieces at one time. I want you to be able to successfully digest everything through our content, through our marketing, through your immersive experience, through our website, through the clothes that we're selling, through the every avenue of outlet that we connect with our customers. We want them to be able to digest it in bite-sized pieces, so that way they can get the full grasp of what we you know, get the full grasp of the message that we are communicating. So I mentioned music. I also want to share like a little bit of sports, also 90s fashion and early 2000 fashion, and also that kind of like emo grunge as well. Being that I created HNDX out of a very mentally ill, dark place, and actually came with a kind of like dark aesthetic with it that I want to redefine. I want to keep because it still relates, I won't say to who I am today, but I want to redefine that and make it something more, something, I want to challenge that aesthetic to make it something more and better out of it than what is currently being depicted as. But a little bit of that. Yeah, just a lot of, I would say just a lot of music, a lot of early 2000s and 90s fashion, 1980s. I love their silhouettes and their clothes. I want to say influences, a lot of artists too, a lot of Picasso, just IBM, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and yes, they're not in the fashion, they're not in the fashion industry, but just how they engineer the products to fit consumer expectations on scale is something that I really admire about their work. Who else? There's so many Prince, the way that he was able to be so bold and be himself and step out however he wanted to step out fearlessly. Something that I truly gravitated as a kid. Who else? I can't. Oh, Busta Rhymes and Pharrell is probably one of my favorite artists of growing up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a lot more that I'm probably gonna just name drop in the video, but yeah, it's so many influences that I'm not gonna be able to fit them in the video. I'm gonna forget like I'm doing now because I'm on camera, and I forget everything that I really want to say on camera. So some of my goals for HNDX, especially going to 2024, obviously, as you know, I'm dropping a new collection called New Gardens, but I wanted to do more groundwork before I drop my collection. One thing I feel like I haven't really done enough of is make that groundwork. I want to build a community, so you will see that a lot more. A lot of community interaction and engagements, whether that's through Discord or social media platforms or in-person pop-ups, which I do plan on doing this year. Really super excited about that. Super nervous, but also super excited about that. Yeah, and just bringing more of an immersive experience for my consumers. I really want to build something that I haven't really seen be built, in this manner. I really want to really touch on like certain aspects of not only culture but also POV, especially in the times that we're living in today. So much to talk about, so much going on in the world today, overseas, in different countries, that to really challenge what people perceive to be true or not true, and really just challenge belief systems. Challenge why do you think the way you think, and that's something that I look forward to pretty much transferring in later messaging for other collections. But I will also say sustainability, right? That's been a huge issue in today's world, as the fashion industry being the #1 leader in gas emissions, so many things, landfill waste, pollution waste, ocean waste. It's so much going on where I feel like HNDX could be part of that area and group of individuals who stand for something that's not promoting, okay, let me just make these couple pieces and do it this way because not only is it cheaper and faster, but I can make more money. I'm not about that. We are not about that. We're about doing things and handling ourselves in the manner of, okay, what is the best interest? How can we provide the most value with what we got? Cool. Let's choose more sustainable products. Let's make them more ethically. You know, it's certain things that I feel like can be done that a lot of other. I'm not going to speak on no names in the individual, but a lot of other clothing brands just your average. I'm put it like this to make it real general, that your average clothing brand don't really consider. And I think that's really sets us apart about how we really want to show up as a brand. This is not just a company. This is not just clothes. At the end of the day, we are a brand. So we stand for something more than what we are selling. What we're selling is just the messaging through. Is what we're using as the whiteboard for the message that we're trying to convey on a macro sense. But yeah, a lot of sustainability practices, a lot of sustainability conferences I really want to attend, and just connecting and networking. What else can be expected? 2024 got so much to offer for us, man. It's just not even funny. So much stuff I have planned. Fashion show. I do want to do one fashion show this year. Where, I can't say. I have the location in mind, but I'm not going to really expand upon it right now. But I do have the location in mind. Yeah, I'm just super excited. I'm super excited for this new aesthetic that I am building. I hate using the word aesthetic, but that's the only way I can really convey it into this new sense of style, this new sense of becoming, this new sense of self that I am emerging out of culture, out of experience, out of subjective experience, and also society experience. So I have so much. I had so much that I can't wait for you guys to experience in 2024 from us, and how that's really gonna be the beginning of something great. That's always what we stand for. We always stood for, is being one of the few people to set ourselves apart, to make sure that we deliver as much value as possible to the people who support us. That's something that we heavily look forward to in 2024. And more content, more videos like this, more content. I don't know how I almost forget that. I would have been so mad at myself had I in this video and not forgot to say that. More content. We want to really build on what we stand for. Like I said, 2023 we did not provide not nearly as much content as we wanted to. 2024 we are coming with the content, social media, Discord, website, in person. You're gonna see it all. I'm gonna tear the curtains from behind the scenes. You're gonna see all the ins and outs. Of course, not every exact part, because then that'll leave me vulnerable some places. But you're gonna see a lot about what HNDX stands for and what we mean through our content, and it just feels so good to be able to share. I'm usually down here working on my clothes or on projects by myself. It feels so good to be able to document this journey. This journey is everything to me, and I've been documenting since back in 2018. So this is something that I really look forward to stand the test of time. When I look back on these videos when we had a Fortune 500 company, and you can see it started in my mom's basement, So that's just something that I heavily look forward to. But yeah, listen guys, I really appreciate you guys sticking around and staying tuned to watch the whole video. It means a lot to me. Expect more videos like this coming soon. If it's not already videos posted, I know this is going to be the first video on my channel. But guys, like I said, thank you for watching. Expect to see more from us, and as well, thank you. Peace out.